Oh no, is there echoes? No!
Are there a little bit of echoes?
Little baby echoes. Does anybody else hear echoes, or is that just me?
I think your room sounds a little echoey, but I don't think we're getting, like,
I'm not
echoes.
Crazy.
Cool. Well, welcome everybody. This is season 2 of Wealdport. We are on episode 3 of our second season, and we are joined today by Dan, who is going to be king for everybody. So, really, without further ado, we're going to hop right into the episode for everybody. So, hope you enjoy, and Tim, take it away.
Okay, well, tonight we are going to be picking up where more or less things last ended. No, actually, Chloe, you can stick around for he is taking his time moving away from the theater and to the Uber that he had ordered for himself to move back to the mansion, and sort of like beginning to upset his driver as he's sort of like boyishly nudging Nat, like, no, you leave first, darling. You leave first.
What do you mean I have to leave first? So rude. Excuse you.
Well, I mean, technically, if you think about it, if you leave, then technically we're both sort of leaving, because together's where we are now, which is quite nice, don't get me wrong. I rather like it. But, I just don't think I have the willpower to step into that car while I'm still looking at you. So.
Okay, well, you could just come home with me.
I could do that, I suppose. Is that...
I mean, the movie was lovely.
I had a great time.
We could continue discussing it.
Tell you what, why don't... Let me make sure nothing crazy's going on real quick, and... Because I want... Just give me a sec. Going to quickly pull out his phone and message Edith.
She messages back.
Having fun? How are things going?
Glad you're having fun. Thomas is a pile of dust. Do you think you're going to be out for the night, or are you coming back?
He stares for a moment at his phone, takes a big, long breath.
Your weird friends are having weird problems again, aren't they? We need better friends, Rory.
I've got at least one. Can we rain check?
Ugh, fine. But you're getting in this one because you paid for it.
He just quickly reaches out and just like, I'll see you soon. Bye. And he hops into the Uber and begins to speed directly home as he picks up the phone and starts like calling everybody. Rose, are you there? Oh, you're currently muted.
I'm sort of here.
I don't like the way that you said that. What's going on? Why is Thomas dust? That's what I got from the message.
I don't think it was our Thomas, or if it is our Thomas, then I'm very confused. We're fighting some sort of, I don't want to say witch hunter, but kind of seems like a witch hunter. And everything is bad, and
we're all probably going to die by assassination, which is really annoying because we literally just defeated like an Uber wizard. But yes, we have a bucket full of Thomas, and we're going back to the mansion.
Yeah, we'll meet you at the mansion.
Fuck. All right. Sure. Bloody fine. I'm on my way.
Cool. See you soon.
Uberman, go faster. And within about 12 to 15 minutes, Rory will in fact arrive back to the mansion and walk up in a huff in front of the doors. Show me Tom. Show me Tom Bucket.
It's really just a bucket of dust. Like, it's not impressive.
Rory, you should also know you're probably being hunted too.
I don't care right now.
Whatever's hunting us can probably kill you.
Oh yeah, they have stuff that turns magic users totally useless.
Well, whatever. I don't care right now. Well, bloody deal with it. I'm used to people trying to kill me. I'm not used to people successfully killing my friends. Have we tried to check if this is really Tom? Have we
I can't feel him at all.
We don't think it's actually Thomas. It's I don't know this area too well, but it's like a fetch they created because Rose's link with Thomas was broken before we realized what was going on. Somebody took Thomas and did something with him and put this thing in his place, and it disintegrated in front of us.
Rose's link is currently non-active, though we're not currently getting feedback on it.
Correct. And from what I understand of the magic, that means he's being obscured. He's being shielded. He's in a
Or maybe
Faraday
he just
cage,
went home.
basically.
Wait, home like Big Papa Tom home?
I don't know.
Well, I mean, as far as I'm aware, that would mean death. Who's bloody calling you right now, Mike? Tell him to shut up.
Probably
Sorry,
not.
it's my priest. Hang on.
Okay. All right, fine. Let me take a look at it. And he will kneel over it and attempt to divine a few things. After like a minute of concentration, he just gets up and starts to pace around, seemingly rather frustrated with the situation. And he starts stalking back and forth. Why did nobody tell me?
You weren't answering your phone.
It was a movie.
Also, realistically, what were you gonna do?
I don't know. Kill somebody.
Well, in the hospital, there was nobody to kill.
We've killed people in hospitals before. There were bad mics.
But we tried to kill the, appropriate people. And I don't think the right person was in the hospital. I mean, this is the kind of person who skins people alive and sticks them to the wall by their bloody hands with their mouths sewn shut. So it's a really not a great person, but he's kind of...
He also doesn't have the best judgment because he used Janessa as the vessel to give us a message. So
he did leave Janessa as but I mean, yeah.
Bloody crazy, Janessa.
That kid survived.
Yes.
Which kid? Sorry, there's so much. I can't have a normal night for 5 seconds. And this is normal by my standards.
World.
I mean, hello, Rory.
You are a dragon trying to live as a human, dating a daughter of a Russian mobster who's not a Russian mobster now because of a wish he made with a god. So,
at least I'm
pretty
really sure she's human.
You shouldn't really be surprised that your nights aren't normal.
I'm sorry, though.
I'm very sad. And if we don't think that he's dead, do we have any further leads at the moment?
No, we were going to give the bucket of dust to Gerald to see if he could do anything with it.
On the bright side, we'll probably get more leads because they're trying to kill you. So
they'll show up eventually.
Okay. All right. I'm sorry. I reacted in haste. And I'm fully aware that everybody here is on the same side. and none of us want Tom to remain just if that is the state he's currently in.
I'm actually really proud of you. It was a very human reaction. Good job.
I thank you.
I think it's worth pointing out these people should be on our side, really. It seems like they're trying to kill bad witches, but they think they're not very selective.
Yeah, I don't
If
think
they
that's
suspect
fair.
someone using magic, they just slaughter everybody.
I don't know that we should consider them on our side at all. I mean, that kid did
No,
not
I'm
have
saying
an
they
ounce of magic in him.
They're
was-
not, but they should be on our side. They
He's saying we could maybe reason with them and explain
No,
our position.
no, because they're like Edith on an acid trip. They want to kill everything.
I'm
associated
sorry.
with magic.
I'm sorry. I would never, frankly, have the patience to sew a live person's mouth shut. That's just a lot of extra effort.
That's why I said on an acid trip.
I'm pretty sure I've got a bigger body count than all of you anyway.
But
By
that's just
far.
because you can fit like
Right.
10 people in your mouth when you're full size.
Mike, I don't know. What are your standards for an ally? Where are you willing to draw these lines?
Oh, I'm not saying these people are going to become our allies, but they seem to be just terribly misguided. They think they're the good guys, is what I'm trying to say.
I think most people think they're the good guys.
Yeah, they're not trying to take over. They're trying to protect people. They're doing what they're doing not out of a desire to conquer, but out of a desire to protect this world. They're going about it in a completely wrong way, but they think that they're protecting people. That's my impression. Is that fair?
I think you're right. I mean, they are going after, like, it's like a slasher movie, Rory. Like, classic. Like, these guys were connected to a horrible incident. Remember that incident at the frat house a couple years ago? Where, like, a bunch of people died and a bunch of people got assaulted. Nah.
I remember.
Yeah. Well, he's trying to kill everybody associated with that. So, you know.
Even the victims. The one victim who survived is the guy who they stapled to a wall and stitched his mouth shut.
Ugh.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay. All right.
I vote we all go to bed. Because we're not going to get anything accomplished tonight. We'll leave Bucket Thomas with Gerald.
Is Gerald back yet? I kind of had Gerald inspect something. There's some anti-magic dust that he had sniffed and was
Gerald
pretty
is
badly
currently
hurt.
scared. But we could put Bucket Thomas in Gerald's library and hopefully Gerald will put a label on it. Says, "No."
Let's not put any more strange magic dust near Gerald till we can identify it.
Do we have a little bell for him?
No.
We should make that.
That seems rather dehumanizing, Rory. I'm surprised to hear you suggest that.
Well, he's not a bloody human, is he?
Well, neither are you. Do you need a
He's-
bell?
I do. It's in your
Always
hand.
human.
I didn't make the bell. The bell was attached and you don't like it.
I'm just saying I do in fact need that bell.
You have the bell.
We sort of have the belt by just asking Kat if he's okay.
That's fair.
Gerald is human. He's just not currently corporeal.
He ran away when we gave him some of the magic dust that we found at one of the murder victim sites.
He did.
All right then.
Hey, he retreated because he was suffering.
I had a nice date.
Yay!
Wait. Don't feel like talking about it any more than that, but that happened. What did we do?
Now?
I mean, sure, yeah, sleep, but then what do we
Well,
do?
why don't you show him the runes you saw on the sword? See if he can recognize any of them. You've got some magical
Right.
literacy. Maybe you can help us out some more.
Cool. So
She had a vision of, Edith's psychic now, right?
I'm not
Oh, yeah.
psychic. I'm temporarily
Kind
psychic.
of psychic.
We're gonna get this out of my brain. It's
Yeah,
fine.
magic.
Experience.
Oh, yeah, you're magic wacky. I get it.
Any trauma you suffer that debilitates you occurs before you get your magical abilities, so you aren't going to get any worse. I don't think that's from what I know.
Well,
Things can always get worse, Mike.
I've observed
I mean-
personally several people get worse when they dive into this stuff. So we're getting this out of my brain.
We'll see. It's all right. You got a sword for me.
So I show you a drawing of the ritual dagger. It's got a bunch of runes on it. The top rune was an image of like a deity, and that was one of the things that Gerald seemed scared of.
All right. Take a look and get weird with it. He fixes his eyes on the drawing and gets lost in thought for a moment. I can tell you it's old. Like, pretty bloody old. I speak most weird languages. But I don't think I have anything more on it than that. I might be able to if I start digging into, old Stardust Man himself's books again. Maybe we can recover something. For
You
now,
did say that it killed him.
it's true. Okay. All right. I'm going to do as you said, and I'll try and get some rest. And we'll figure out this more tomorrow. Rose?
Yeah.
This isn't standing. This isn't... I know he means the most to you out of any of us, but he's also the first person to show me empathy and kindness in a very long time, with all of you sort of collectively being the second. So,
Murray, I get it. It's okay.
if he's around, we're getting him back, and if he's not, they're all burning, is what I'm saying.
Thanks. I'll help. I mean, I don't have the whole lighting stuff on crazy, but I can light a match.
You got more than you think.
We got this. It's not Tom, and even if it is, then we'll go from there, right?
To be fair, he has died before.
He's died a couple times, and this is like the least traumatic of all of them.
It didn't even explode this time.
This is just like a 57th Marvel movie. We're okay.
Oi. With the insect person.
Yeah. That was a
It
weird
wasn't-
one.
It wasn't that good.
It could have been better.
I spent most of the time just sort of, turning my attention elsewhere. But
It's fair. It's going to be okay. We'll get some rest, and we'll get Tom back, and before you know it, we will be watching all of our old movie marathons like we said we were.
I haven't even shown him Martin Scorsese yet. I mean, it's fine. I'm going to bed.
Okay. Get some rest.
All right. And then at that point, everybody is in their own way, preparing themselves for rest. Mike, before sleep, is able to spend some time securing their perimeter around the mansion. And at least upon an initial inspection, nothing seems to be too terribly out of the ordinary. Others can take their time dealing with the trauma of what has occurred in their own way, shape, or form, although they are mostly professionals at this point, and despite the shock of what has happened, it is a bit less shocking for this crew than it might have been a year or so ago. The next day, there is a call specifically on Edith's phone.
Do I recognize the number?
You do not. It is You would recognize it as a part of the Washington state set of area codes, but not one local to Wealdport.
Hello?
Hello?
Hi.
Oh shit, this is Edith, right?
Who is this?
This is... Shit, I'm already messing it up. This is Chandra. Do you... You've probably got a lot going on, but do you remember me from Milton Falls?
Yeah. You got out, right?
Yeah, I got out.
How are you? You sound sad. Please tell me nobody's died.
No, nobody's died. Nobody's... No, I'm just getting set up around here. Me and Jesse, but that dude is currently AWOL. We were trying to get set up around here before we hooked up with you, and get an apartment and everything settled, and prove that we could hack it before we hit you up. But I can't find Jesse. He's been gone for like a day and a half, and I'm starting to freak out, and
okay,
I'm not really in a place to trust the police right now.
That's fair. Has he ever disappeared before?
I mean, I don't know, when we were kids in the woods, but not... This is a city. He has my number. It's...
Yep, no, that makes sense. What was he doing? Like, did he leave for something? Was he going to get something? Are you guys already working weird jobs? Because I do not recommend our line of work, like, at all. Like, I have a great coffee shop I could set you up with a fabulous job at. They have great PTO.
I don't think normal jobs are really on the market for us anymore.
Okay, well, that is just negative thinking, which is a thing Rose would say. Why can't you have a normal job?
I've seen too much. Jesse saw too much. When you feel your home getting ripped away from you piece by piece the entire time you're growing up, there's not really anything you want to do except for fight it, you know?
I have heard that sentiment. I think you should try the coffee shop job. I'm just saying.
Maybe I will. Maybe we both can. Jesse, before he left, put a note. He said, "Don't wait up. I'm looking at a gig. Talk to you soon." And that was a day and a half ago, and he's not picking up. And you are the only people that I know to talk to.
We'll find him. Wealdport is not infinitely big. There's only so many places he could be. What kind of work were you guys looking for?
I mean, look, I was able to talk to some of my old contacts, and there's still some people who are buying grass if you know where to look. Even with the shops open and everything, but nothing crazier than that, I promise. And we were maybe looking, once things had settled, to start working with you somehow if you had the cash to spare.
Okay.
I'm not gonna let it go, and we came out here together. We're supposed to be a team.
Yeah, I get that.
Can I come over? I don't think your old address is there anymore. I drove out here.
Oh, yeah, it's kind of there. But no, we live in a big mansion now that we got from a crazy wizard.
Oh shit.
Yeah, or I mean, we could come to you and see if there's any anything we can figure out at your apartment.
Okay.
Where's your? Unless you don't feel safe there for some reason.
I don't know where I feel safe.
Okay, I'm gonna text you our address. Come meet us at the mansion, and we will drive over to your place and see if there's anything we can figure out. How's that?
Okay.
You're gonna be fine. Well, actually, you might not be fine. But I'm just saying, if this is the business you want to get in, it sucks, and this is how it is every day. So get the coffee job.
Whatever. I'll drive over. Message me.
Oh my god, I sound like my mom. I'm sorry. We've got you. I'll message you.
All right.
And she goes and knocks on Rose's door.
All right.
I was like, Rose, are you awake?
Yeah, always.
Yeah, so I really just need to give you the phone when people call and they're in distress. Chandra is coming and she needs our help, and I think I might have offended her by accident. Because I think she just needed someone to listen to her. And I was like, no, your job ideas for being like a supernatural hunter, that's a terrible idea. You need to go work at a coffee shop. And she was like, no, that sounds boring. Actually, it wasn't more like boring. She was just like, I just can't. I've seen too much. And I'm like, that's impossible. You're like 19. It's fine. But then I realized, no, that is totally how it is. And I just don't understand why she would want to get into this line of business. But her partner is missing. And so we have to go find him. And she's coming here.
Okay. That's a lot, but that's fine. I can talk to her about her partner being missing. And
he's probably dead.
Okay, we shouldn't say that out loud.
I didn't say it to her.
Okay, I'm really proud of you. That's such a step one, Edith.
I may have implied it.
Okay, well, it's a step one. We're at step one. Okay, well, I will talk to her about her partner. As for the line of work thing, I don't know that you're going to convince her not to.
I know, which is terrible. You have to convince her.
I'll talk to her. I'll talk to her. Okay, let's start with getting her here. We'll chat with her and go from there.
Okay. I'm assuming Mike is here, so we go downstairs and gather Mike.
All right.
So you told her she can come here?
Yeah.
Did
yes.
you tell her there might be people hunting us and that they might have already killed Thomas?
I told her that this whole line of work was a terrible idea and she'd probably die and she should get a job at the coffee shop. And she was like,
She's safer
no!
with us right now. She's safer with us.
Rory also comes down the stairs from his tower in the same clothes that he went up in, eyes looking real bloodshot.
Did you get any sleep, Rory?
Who bloody cares?
I do.
We do.
We all do.
Edith punches him in the shoulder.
No.
Don't roll your eyes. We need you.
I'm here, aren't I?
I don't understand why you're being surly.
I'm not being surly. You let your guard down for 1 second, and this is what bloody happens.
I see, Rose. See.
Rory,
We need to
it's not your
convince Chandra
fault.
not to do this.
Yeah, but first, Rory, you know this isn't your fault, right?
I don't know. As much as you and Edith are starting to make strides in this area, I am still, by a class or two, are most finely tuned in the arcane arts. If there was anyone who was going to understand what was going on and could have prevented it, it
Okay,
had been
in
me.
fairness, everything was covered in magical dampening dust. So you would have been as useful as me making a spell.
Maybe
Last fall.
less so, actually. Might have had a better effect on you.
Rory, I don't have a doubt that you definitely are by far one of the most magically attuned people I think I've ever met. But with Tom, we didn't even know what was going on until it was way too late. okay?
And
There was no way
Actually-
to stop that. It was already over before we even found out it was happening. That's what
And
this
Rory-
stupid game is.
these people we're going up against, if we meet them, you might want to take a back seat because they have weapons and equipment designed specifically to take out creatures like you and not people like me or Rose or Edith.
Well, they also have like normal guns, so they could.
I mean, they could still shoot.
I'm not too worried about normal guns. We got.
Mike
You
is
are
like,
going to
"We're
wear your
good.
body armor when
full
we leave the
body
house from
armor.
now on."
We're fine.
Rose is like, it's so uncomfortable.
Did I hear we were getting a visitor?
Yes,
Yeah, Shauna.
Chandra.
Thank you.
Oh, the bloody the girl from the
The
town
runaway.
with the motorcycle.
Yep,
Yeah.
they came. She came here.
You said
Wealdport.
Jesse's missing?
She said Jesse's missing, and she didn't
Alright.
feel safe, and so I told her to come here. Well, actually,
Which was smart, and I appreciate you.
Maybe we'll get lucky and he just got mugged and knocked unconscious or something. He's in the hospital.
that's what I was thinking. Fingers crossed. It's a normal mugging.
I'll drive over there once you start calling hospitals and every place, see if you can call the police stations too. You might not want to tell her they got arrested for doing something. I don't know.
She doesn't. Well, she doesn't want to involve the police, so we can,
Well,
keep
just
her name
call
out.
to see if he was arrested. It's not.
Oh yeah, that's fair.
They won't take a report for 72 hours if they're missing anyway. So
Cool.
he's 18. They won't do anything for 72 hours. So
All right.
let's drive over there.
We gotta wait for her. She's coming.
Coming here.
Unless you want to go, and then I'll join you later.
That's true. We could wait for her if you guys want to move ahead.
Classic.
Let's
party.
stick together. Let's not split up.
I was gonna say it'll make everything so interesting.
Let that party.
When the zombie army comes at all of us at once.
Also, I agree. Lord of the Rings fan, that would be a hell of a sticker. Did anyone want to break off before she arrives?
Rose would pull Rari aside if he'd let her.
Yeah, he would do so. Kind of like, still like shaking off things a little bit.
Hey,
Hey, what's up?
you okay? Because look, I get the whole blaming yourself thing. I mean, I really do. But Tom, that whole situation was unfortunately over and done with before we even realized something was bad. Short of getting a psychic vision, Rari, I don't know how you would have known anything we didn't know.
Maybe not. Maybe it's just guilt or something that it should have been me getting dusted if someone was going to be, and they would also be looking for me. I know it's not wise tactics to go pulling all-nighters or anything, Rose, and it's not exactly favorable to our cause to let this slip out of hand. But I don't know. No but, I guess. I'll just try and process and keep my shite together.
It's okay if it's not. And if you're gonna pull all-nighters, the least you could do is invite me to the movie watch.
It wouldn't have been that great. I spent most of the night staring at books, turning up bloody nothing.
Yeah, join the club. Just be super careful of that dust, Rari. Just being near it made me feel sick, and I'm not anywhere near your level.
I'm a bloody dragon, right?
So
Untouchable.
just be careful, okay?
You got it. Right, careful.
Okay, well, let's go kick some ass, right?
Aye.
Okay.
And he will step back to the rest of the group. And after a few more minutes, there will be a knock at the front door.
I'll get it.
I like the idea that everybody did really stand around for a second looking at each other like
Edith is like, I'm gonna say something. I'm just gonna say something bad.
what's,
Got it. It's
what's,
fine.
what's SOP on door knocks? When you open the door,
Michael has his carbine ready. He's out of sight of the door, but just ready to stop around and just dump a magazine to somebody who needs to.
all right, sounds good.
She's like, we have a
Slow
peephole.
ready.
We can see who it is.
But what if she's like a fetch again? What if she's coming?
Oh my god, it just opens the door.
On the other side, you see Chandra. She has cut her afro, the sides down, so it's a bit of like a mohawk afro now, as well as buzzing little lightning bolts in the sides. She is still wearing her signature leather jacket from last time, as well as tights and a set of army-style boots. Hey, so you guys have moved up in the world, right? This is a pretty nice place, real swanky.
A lot of things have happened, but I hear a lot of stuff's happened with you.
I mean, not that much if we're not counting the last like 2 days.
Well, let's start with some tea. Or if you prefer hot chocolate, I've got both.
Oh no. We're giving her whiskey.
Yeah, that sounds great. Can we
Fabulous.
do that one?
That's what we're doing.
Wait, no. Let's
Early, we okay.
let's keep our mind clear for right now.
Edith
How long has
Edith is
Jesse
making-
been missing?
Oh my.
Well, while I do this, can you work on that, like some wild turkey, please? I don't have like fancy tastes.
It's
Just
all
give her
good.
tea.
Um,
How long has Jesse been missing?
like a day and a half, man.
And what was he left a message for you? Was it normal for him to do that, or was it?
Normally he'd probably hit me up on my phone instead of leaving a paper. But right now, it's not even
Do you
saying
have
my
the
messages
paper?
are delivering to his phone.
Do you have the paper that he wrote the message on?
Yeah, she pulls it out. It's his handwriting.
Rory, can you check this for any? I don't know what you can do. Let's see if you can do something.
Might be able to get a little bit of a bloodhound scent on it if I'm lucky. He starts working on it and going a little bit cross-eyed. Rose, you want to give me a hand with this one?
Yeah, of course.
While they're doing that, so Chandra, what were you and Jesse up to? Were you selling drugs?
Not even like... For any of those who don't know, shiny things fix my camera, audience. For the uninitiated, I have a crown normally, but not right now. She rolls her eyes and she's like, yeah, but not like shit that's legal to smoke here anyway, you know?
Okay.
Not like
okay.
crazy
Listen very closely. Were you using any sort of magical devices, any sort of magical charms, anything from the occult?
No, screw that shit. The only thing I even had was that glass that my sister had that you guys have now. I don't have anything else magical.
Did Jesse?
Not that he ever showed me, and I'm pretty sure that dude was shooting straight with me up until recently.
Okay, give me his phone number. I'll try to do a trace on his phone if it's possible. If it's
Shit ain't delivering, but
able
sure.
Type.
She sends a number.
Try to get a ping on it.
Go ahead and roll a sharp.
I got a 12 for doing magic stuff.
6.
You're not getting a ton of info back on this one, but you are able to ascertain that it is almost certainly off, and maybe old school style battery removal. Older
What
model
kind of phone did he
phone.
have?
when you're doing things that are less than
A burner phone?
the up and up, you get one of the old flip kind.
Okay.
And Rose, while leaning over and helping Rory, going over some of the matters of magical minutia that the two of you had been training on and working for together, you are able to determine a psychic whiff that was left on this note. A combination of trepidation as well as excitement. And it does give you a familiar feeling of cheap cologne and the scent of old beat up leather and gasoline. And those are all things which you would sort of feel magically resonating with the idea of Jesse. And between the two of you, you can almost sense like a bit of a direction on it. Like the air seems to be pointing in a certain way as you hold this paper.
Well, there we go.
Why, there we go. I think we got something. I think we got something.
Magic GPS.
Really? Fabulous. And
Soda.
she hands her a shot.
Okay.
Don't.
And hands Mike a cup of tea.
Thank you.
What size body armor do you wear?
Shit. I don't know.
You're
like
probably a small. I'll grab something for you.
Yeah,
And he
she's
gets her soft body armor. To put
she's a
under her
tall
jacket.
she's a tall woman, but she's like thin and athletic. So yeah, probably small. She's like, do you guys just have like a lot of this? Like I think my dad said that he saw you wearing some when you shot him in the freaking leg, or no, sorry, belly, right? You shot him in like the
Not.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's on the chest, right side chest. Yeah.
Yeah, right side of the chest. When you shot him in the chest, my dad said he thought you were wearing some stuff like this. I didn't know you just had lots of it.
Mike does.
We got some.
We've
spares.
gotten more lately.
If I don't use this up, can I keep it?
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. But only if you try to get a job at Baba Java.
Yeah, I was
Where-
going to talk
where's
to
that?
you about
I
that.
mean, okay, sure. Yeah, talk to me about that. Can we do it in like the car?
Yes.
Actually, wait. I don't. Can I leave my wheels here?
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
we can pull it into one of the garages and no one will even know you're here.
It's not gonna get like eaten by a werewolf, right?
Not that we know of.
Okay.
It might. Let's just prepare you for that. It might.
We'll tell
Not
the
the
house
entire
we
vehicle,
go
just
on.
the leather, maybe.
I put that thing together when it was just a hunk of junk in my dad's garage.
It's special. It'll be okay.
Spent
Pretty
like
sure-
300 hours on YouTube looking up tutorials, and I had to
Werewolves
steal a
don't
lot
eat
of
metal.
tools.
To my knowledge. So your bones are good.
All right. And she just like nods, puts on the body armor, and seemingly steels herself, trying to like put on the same like hardened face. She keeps looking over to Mike to see how he's like carrying himself, and she begins to just like try and mimic it.
Edith walks up to Rose and Edith is like, Rose, you have to tell her how bad this life is. You have to tell her how terrifying it is and how awful it is and how we never get to go on vacation and no one has a normal life. And mostly we don't even really have friends because we can't tell people about anything.
I got it.
I don't think you do though. You're
I'm going to do
smart.
my very best. I promise. I'm not going to willingly let her go into this life. I mean, even I questioned myself on how serious I was when I said I wanted it.
You did not. You did not for a second because you took one look at Thomas's pretty little sparkling eyes, and you were like,
he's so attractive and so funny, and he's incredibly smart, and I very much enjoy his company, and now he's a pile of dust. So at the very least, there is that argument for why you should not have this as your life goal.
Rose
I
Thomas
warned
is one of
both
the
of you
dumbest
before you
people
started. I told you to turn around and pretend this was all a crazy dream, but you wouldn't
We
listen
can
to
all
me.
blame Thomas. Okay, I'm not going to leave him here.
Cool. We had that fight. Chandra doesn't. I'm assuming she heard all
She's
of
just
it.
she's just kind of looking back, but during that time, she's actually leaning over to Mike, and she's like, "So, what are you packing?"
Got a Glock and an M4.
M4. Okay,
Shotgun.
shit. That's like the army guns, right?
Yeah.
Nice. Is that an automatic?
Mine is. It's not really technically legal, but I have some special licenses.
Oh shit. So like, could you just like carry that around then? If you got the special licenses, you can just like walk down the street with it.
Kind of. I don't usually have my M4 out.
Sure, but like, I'm pretty sure that nobody would mess with you if you did.
Police generally don't let you just walk around if you're doing anything illegal. They're trained to shoot back.
Cops, am I right?
Yeah. Somebody your age doing even just marijuana permanently alters your brain chemistry. If you're gonna
I like don't even smoke that much. Okay, like
any of it,
twice a week when it's been a long
That's-
one. You know,
that's way more than your brain can handle right now.
I am smart. I am an intelligent young woman.
I'm just saying, can turn you psychotic, and with your previous
I
history,
survived a
the
crazy
stuff you-
dream fungus.
So which puts you at greater risk? I'm not sure there's any research on that, the literature, but
You think
stands
that's right?
to reason. What's that?
You think that's right, though? You think my brain's, like, messed up from it?
It certainly didn't make it any better.
Edith heard that and she's like, no, even I know, but don't tell them that their brain is messed up. Mike, I think you need to drive the car.
I'm saying you shouldn't do psychedelic drugs if you're already at risk for psychosis.
Okay.
doing psychedelic. Oh my
psychedelic.
God.
Yes. Marijuana has serious psychedelic effects.
Mike,
There's
you
a
sound
much
like
higher
you're
risk of
dad
psychosis
right
for
now.
anybody who smokes marijuana, especially as a
Even
teenager.
Edith
It
does
sounds
that.
like somebody's had like 7 sativa edibles before or something.
Like,
I don't
look,
know what
I'm
you're
just
talking
saying, you might want to be gentle about how you talk about certain things when people in the car have definitely enjoyed these activities. Not me. And she looks straight at Edith.
Edith is like, I'm fine. I'm well aware that nobody likes most of my recreational habits. They're bad habits. They're coping mechanisms. I'm aware that they're coping mechanisms.
And
Yeah.
just
Rory's
so-
like, narcotics are unwise. You shouldn't be doing them. They're not even fun.
Rory, you would have to do like a pound of anything for it to bother you.
Speaking of that, we should all after this go to see Cocaine Bear.
It's got to be better than the last movie I went and saw.
And Chandra, not to scare you too much, but we're being hunted by people who are willing to staple innocent people to a wall and stitch their mouths shut. So just
Damn.
be aware there are bad people after us right now.
This is a terrible job. You don't want it.
Are they like people?
We did.
We're working on it.
But who
We're
knows?
not sure yet.
Let's go with no, because people don't staple live people to the wall with their mouths sewn shut.
People
that
can be
is
monsters.
not mentally.
People
She
can be
looks-
monsters.
She looks over at Mike again. She's like, "Yeah, have you had to like, kill some people on this job?
Yeah.
How was that?"
If they need to be killed to save lives, then you do it. And
It's
It was
wild.
terrible. It was awful. Mike will literally never recover. He has nightmares every night.
She looks
I
at him,
have-
kind of handling his shit, just like,
I have a different temperament than most people, and I was trained for years it to kill people before I even started this life, before I fully went down this path. So I'm better prepared mentally than most people.
He also owns lots of extra body armor, so.
Apparently.
But don't kill anybody if you don't have to.
And if you have to?
We'll kill him for you. And then you
just
know
call us.
What?
Said, yeah, you can just call us.
She just wrinkles her forehead a little bit as she starts walking to the car. Just like, you're around once, but you won't always be. And then she'll just go ahead and climb in the back of the van.
Edith is like, oh my god, teenagers are so hard. This is more stressful than anything.
Okay, she's like a super badass for like being 19. That's like an action movie line, Edith. I feel like I know that in a superhero film.
People die in action movies all the time.
Yeah.
You want to tell her why we're driving a Hummer instead of my old van?
Do we need to?
I don't think anyone needs to relive that.
I mean,
She might want to know.
If she asks, Edith will be like, I drove it into a ferry. It didn't work. The ferry remained standing and the poor van just, crumbled.
I mean, she might be interested in the technical bit. She seems like a bit of a gearhead. And
the
then
technical bit being that it crumpled like paper around the body of a person.
Well, I mean, no, more like with the Hummer. Anyway, and he'll just like hop into the car as well, and just sort of let Rose, who actually experienced the stronger success in attempting to scry and divine there, to hold the note, which is serving as the GPS. All right, let's go ahead and get a sharp roll from Rose as well. You are currently muted.
11.
11, nice. Over the course of the drive, Rory, due to exhaustion, and Chandra, due to like thoughtful pensiveness, mostly keep quiet. Rose is able to largely direct things and keep everybody on track as the drive goes on. It is definitely heading into more of the industrial and lower income areas of Wealdport as this goes on, closer to the shoreline, and not like the pretty scenic parts of the shoreline, like closer to the docks and shit like that. Would anybody like to speak on the journey or move along?
Edith is just going to relay like all of the worst possible things that she can imagine from the last like 6 months, just to be like, so this is how the life is, just to prepare you, to like mentally prepare you. And she's probably making it sound more badass
than she means for it to. It's
probably like
kind of cool.
What sounds like an action movie.
Why don't you go ahead and roll me a charm?
Oh boy, let's see here.
I love that. She's like, and then there are explosions. And she means for it to sound terrible, but it's so exciting.
10.
10. Okay. Chandra seems like she's taking it all in, and she's somewhere between the two reactions. She's like clearly intrigued by everything you're saying, but you are effectively communicating the fact that you were upset for a lot of it.
Cool.
Michael's going to tell her about the times they've died that they know of, and that they were fetches for a while. He's going to try to manipulate her, but using tough instead of charm, because he can do that as one of his moves.
Okay, go ahead. Rory can do the same thing with weird.
Oh my goodness. Snake eyes. That's a 5.
So you're saying
racking up the experience, though.
Cool.
So you're saying you died a bunch of times and you're still here and you're like fine.
Nope. None of us are fine.
Like
all
you're
of us
doing okay. Where's that other guy?
He's dust.
He's not dust.
When
bucket
is
of dust.
coming
He's
back
not
from the
dust
dead?
right now. We don't know that for sure.
He might, if someone sneezes, he is gone forever.
Oh my God, Edith, that's not true.
If someone sneezed in a bucket of dust, it would go
And
everywhere.
she's just gonna kind of pull Chandra to the back with her. She's like, that's enough. You guys are scaring her unnecessarily.
I don't know. I'm not that scared. At this point, it seems more likely that he'll be back any minute.
He's probably fine. Okay.
Yeah.
He's probably fine.
It sounds like y'all got your shit handled. And then
You didn't have nothing to say to that.
and you guys will be like closing in on what seems to be a warehouse. It is like, it's fairly large, a bit like rusted around the edges and stuff. It's painted green, faded into grays and rusty browns and golds. It's looking out over the bay of Wealdport. Old, dilapidated wood marking the approach to it. Lots of barnacles encrusted on the side. It is a cool and sprinkly day out. The wind is blowing a bit harder than you'd like it to, with a small smattering of rain, as there often is up on the northern west coast. And go ahead and give me a sharp, all of you.
9.
7.
Hey, that ain't bad. And Edith?
7.
7. Okay. A quick glance on the approach entering the parking lot, unless you want to stop further away. I don't know.
I think we can go to the
Further
parking lot.
away.
Okay.
No.
Mike is like, absolutely not.
I figure Mike's driving, so he can probably make the determination.
We're going to get some standoff and do a little reconnaissance.
Okay. What do you do as you approach the building? Do you grab any more of your gear? How are we set up?
I'm going to ask Rory, how tired are you? You think you could take a look at this place as a seagull?
Sure, I can take a look. Tired seagull's still a bird's eye view. And he'll just sort of wander around the back of the van and take off, making that annoying squawk noise.
Fun story. A seagull ate Dylan's bagel the other day.
The other day?
Out of his hand. Yeah, we live in Colorado, for those of you watching.
I'm assuming
I was like,
there are
where did
seagulls in
you
this
even
area.
see a seagull?
I remember that happened to me a few times as well. I've had, to quote, my previous self, a perfectly normal mugging from a seagull before. And I've seen a flock of them in Colorado previously. Obviously, they're pretty normal out here, but they're freaking menaces everywhere.
Anyway, sorry. So be careful, because the birds is more real than you would expect.
Watch out, everyone. This has been your PSA for this session of Uncanny Pros. Rory goes ahead and scouts out the area from above. And after a few minutes floats back down, once again landing from behind the van and turning himself over to the rest of you. I mean, seems like a warehouse. I did my best to get a deeper look in. As far as I can tell, it's loaded up with a bunch of junk and there's a lot of back rooms in it, but I didn't get much more than that.
Like,
Do you see any people or dogs?
No, I didn't get that good of a look inside, honestly. Just vague hints and outlines of something slightly labyrinthine. I know what connotations that has, not underground, but it's like somebody set up the space to be a bit confusing.
Oh, great. I'm going to try to do a search and see if I figure out what this building is, at least nominally, if there's any sort of online presence or, if there's a map that lists what it is or anything like that.
You find links to real estate, seemingly up for sale.
Rose, how sure are you?
But listed as an option at what would probably be far above what would be reasonable or sellable in this market.
That's weird.
Yeah. I would wait till night, but I don't know if that's a good idea.
Yeah, are we not going to go in? I mean...
No, we're going to go in.
No, we'll go in.
All right.
Because let's just hope he's out cold. Mugged.
Do you have a spare gun?
No.
No.
So I feel like he probably does.
Tell you what, why don't... Rory, I'm going to go in there as a city gas inspector. If you can follow me as a rat, and so I'll have some backup. I'll have a button cam on. And if you girls see anything, and I
Come in?
Yeah.
Cool.
If you hear me say chocolate, it means come in, guns blazing.
I mean, there's going to be a camera, right? Like, so if you get attacked, we can see you.
Yeah.
Cool.
Does it have to be a rat? Do city inspectors have dogs or anything?
Oh,
we'll
German Shepherd.
We won't take it on. You're going to just scout around, not like at my side. Not, you're not my pet rat. You're just going to, I'm pretty sure a building like this would have rats every once in a while.
I suppose so.
If you got something better.
Mancoon. Be a Mancoon. It's a giant human-sized cat.
A human-sized cat?
Well, almost. It's like a size, like a toddler-sized cat.
That's not really inconspicuous.
But it's like, it could be someone's house cat. And then he'd be already big.
I'll be a vole. That's like a cooler rat. Vole time. Alright, no.
It's vole time. Now we have another sticker. Rory's turning into a vole. It's vole time.
Yeah, he'll once again hop behind and then hop back out as a little vole and skittering up next to Mike. I'll take it you spend a little bit of time getting yourself prepped with a little camera and stuff.
And have a toolbox with extra equipment in there, the short-barreled shotgun, a couple iron rods.
Do you have anything that would pass for city inspector ID or clothing? Okay, cool.
And a safety vest and all the standard. A little hard hat. I have a list on the thing of stuff he had in the van that he still has in the Humvee. So,
okay, sounds good. All right. Well, in that case, once you're all set up like that, are you ready to approach?
Yep.
Okay. Chandra puts a hand on your arm real quick as you're going. She's like, if he's in there, you can tell him I was worried or something if it helps, but don't let him think I sold him out or anything. Okay?
Don't worry. He'll know why you contacted us. Rose, bring my M4 if you come in. Edith, bring that grenade launcher.
And from the ground here, and I'll breathe fire at him.
You're the cutest vole.
Head up towards the. Try to go towards like a non-main door. I'm trying to just look around, see if I can figure any spot where Rory might be able to slip in a hole.
There seem to be only 2 sets of doors. A rear emergency exit that seems to have those big panels on it and stuff that you see sometimes on emergency exits where push this and the alarm will sound. and the other one is the front entrance. There are, however, like the windows and storm drains and stuff like that do not seem to be as well maintained. So as you're looking around and trying to get a good feel for the geography of the place, you see little Volrory skittering his way up a storm drain.
Okay. I'm gonna go kind of knock on the front door and just immediately open it and go inside.
Give me one more sharp check.
Good gracious, 5.
Okay. You knock on the door. And you only have to wait about 5 to 10 seconds before it opens. Almost as if this person was ready and waiting for you. And the person who opens the door is a Latino gentleman, about 6'3". He's got a shaved head and, like a short length beard. He has a powerful build to him. He is wearing a Seahawks starter jacket and a tank top. And you see like several tattoos peeking out from under it around the chest area. And he looks at you and smiles easily. Hello, sir. Is there anything I can help you with?
Yeah, city gas inspector got a report of a leak down here. Did you guys call it in?
No, I didn't. I actually didn't even realize that we had any of the gas hooked up. We're still sort of moving things around in here, getting ready for the sale,
Oh, you're selling this place?
Yeah, moving it as soon as there's some renovations done.
Could have been a glitch in our system when your sale went through, but I can't leave till I got to go through and verify there's no gas leak around here.
You got to check it, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Come on in. He opens the door wide and gestures for you.
Pull out my gas detector, start walking around, doing a full, because you don't know where the gas is. So you said there's no gas hookup in here?
Yeah, man. I've been doing my heating with space heaters for whatever work I've been doing here.
What kind of work do you do here?
Oh, mostly using the place for storage, but I've been looking through some of my old files and stuff that I've kept here, keeping things up to date. How are you, this is Dan talking, how are you concealing any weapons you might be carrying, by the way?
Have the Glock in a Sneaky Pete holster.
Okay.
It's just a big, it's made to look like a battery backup thing, and then the stuff in his toolbox is just in the toolbox.
Mm-hmm.
Is this a bad situation?
I don't know. Do you define it as such?
I think it is.
Okay.
Can I read a bad situation?
Sure.
Good golly. Okay, so that's a 7 total because I get to use cool instead of sharp.
Okay, sounds good.
I'm trying to figure out because you said there's like all kinds of stuff laid out over here. And
upon entering, the light is dim, mostly coming from far above you, and the layout of the place as you enter, there is probably a space of about 20 by 20, 20 by 30 that is blocked off with like a desk and a lamp hooked up to it with a generator, as well as, like he said, a space heater. A desk with a lot of like papers laid out on it. And beyond that, you see an array of like factory shelving with boxes of different size, seemingly like some metal gears, stuff like that, all stuffed and picking out of them. There is there's a haziness to the lighting of the space that makes it difficult to get a clear view of how far down this room even goes. And you are able to look at it and see the sense of labyrinth that Rory was getting. Like, it would be easy to get lost in the stuff.
Could there be other people concealed here?
Easily.
And I could get ambushed here pretty easily?
Yes. All
right. I'm going to try to methodically go through, pretending I'm actually using the gas detector thing, but that's not what I'm paying attention to. I'm trying to look around. What else do I see? There's said gears and stuff. I go over to the table and kind of make sure the button cam gets a good look at the papers. See if the girls can get a chance to look at them more fully, if they can freeze frame it and go back and take a look at more carefully what the papers are.
Can we have a pop back in from Edith and Rose? And I would like a sharp roll from both of them.
Rolling. Oop, bleh. We have everybody? Yes. Rolling sharp.
I got a 13.
Oh, dang. Well, that's fabulous because I got an 8.
All right. Now, you are able to look at these, Edith, and get a sense that it is a collection of places and dates for the most part, as well as a lot of like chicken scratching and stuff like that. Rose, you have more recently attended an English class, and when you stop it and take a look at it, because you get the sense that from the way he was standing, that was what Michael wanted you to do, you are able to realize that it is actively wrong. Like, some of these places don't line up. Like, there will be a name for a borough or a town within Wealdport as a greater city that doesn't match up with the streets in it, with some other numbers written underneath, or I don't know, strange words associated with it. Like, there will be like a street name, and underneath it, it'll be like Rembrandt ? And there will be like different colors of pens used and such. And
is it all referencing like people, like old people, or is it just
not necessarily? No, there's some of it's just strange word. Oh, some of it's just strange words. Nature, pharmaceutical, cotton, stuff like that, as well as like famous figures. And it seems to you to be intentionally obfuscated or encoded.
Okay. And she would explain all of that to Edith too.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Chandra, does this make any sense to you?
I was gonna ask you that. No, I don't know what any of this means.
Okay, that's fine. But also, this wouldn't happen at a coffee shop.
Oh my god. Rose would like to honestly take that image, and I don't know, I'm sure we don't have a printer, but surely we have a way to pull it in.
There is a printer. There's a printer in the Humvee.
There's a printer.
There was one in the van.
He's gonna print it and start trying to figure out the code.
Okay, sounds good. Mike is able to continue looking through for a while, and the guy is just sort of casually looking at him, like leaning up against a wall. I'm sorry, I didn't get your name, man.
I'm Frank McCluskey. Work for the city.
Frank. I'm Gael. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. So you lived Wealdport your whole life, or?
No, actually, I was from Chicago originally.
Oh, what brings you out this way?
Business.
You into real estate?
Partially, yeah. I coordinate for other interested professionals.
Huh.
And how'd you get into your trade, man? How'd you end up working for the city?
Did 4 years in the Navy and kind of did this sort of stuff, inspections there, and seemed like a natural fit.
Yeah, you struck me as military. I did a couple tours myself.
Oh, who with?
USMC, regular old
All right.
infantryman.
What was your MOS?
What's up?
What was your MOS?
Sorry, he wouldn't have the same pause that I am doing right now. This is 0513.
Okay. Now,
PFC Gael Vasquez.
was that what he actually said, or did he say 0513?
0513.
And he said he was infantry?
So, to my understanding of it, that is a bit of a specialized infantry who oftentimes are deployed using demolitions and other high-powered weaponry.
0351?
0513. I might have read the list wrong. If I did, I apologize.
I think it's 0351 is what he meant.
0351 then. My apologies.
Dragon gunner?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh, where were your tours?
He he pulls down his shirt and shows a battery of scars, like pockmarking their way down the left side of his chest, and he says, "Got this one about 20 miles outside of Kamdesh."
RPG?
IED.
Oh, nasty.
Yeah. Filled it up with a lot of little scraps of metal. I'm sure whatever they could find. Some of them still are in there. I set off metal detectors all the time.
Holy crap.
It's rough stuff. You ever take any?
No, I spent all my time on ship. Never really.
What was your ship?
Never really.
Does Mike actually take a sec there?
No, he's just, he keeps trying to, whenever he needs to, he just looks away and acts like he's still, checking for gas leaks. I'm assuming there's no gas leaks in this building.
No, as he said, it doesn't seem to be set up. Are you getting deeper into the building itself, or are you staying mainly in that office space?
No, he has to check the whole building because,
Okay, as he gets deeper in there, yeah, he has still posed that question to you, like, what ship did you serve on?
I was on the Saipan.
Nice. So didn't see much action?
No.
It's interesting. You strike me like somebody who's seen some shit.
No, I worked for the city, see some crazy stuff, but dogs. I've seen rats the size of Rottweilers. It's crazy.
Wealdport's crazy, man. What's the most nuts thing you've seen?
Well, I heard a story about a kid who went missing. He was looking for hot chocolate, and next thing you know, he's wound up I don't know where.
Are you trying to get a read on him through that?
Yeah, and I used the code word too. So
okay, sounds good. Does that mean, was that the code word to indicate that people should be coming with the M4?
Yes.
I was literally sitting here going like, hot chocolate, Mike. What story are you trying to pull, man?
Okay. And
Should have picked a better code word.
Edith is like, was that the code word, or was he actually just telling a story? Do you think he forgot that was the code word?
I don't know. He doesn't
really
forget stuff.
normal.
We should probably go in there.
The guy
Okay.
seems like weird, but why do we need to?
Yeah, why
And
would we
Edith-
go in with guns?
I don't know.
Okay.
Edith brings the gun. She likes the rocket launcher, and she does also hand a
So you're just
small-
coming in with a freaking like shoulder mounted,
Okay? I'm
No,
gonna
it's a-
yell at me because I left the rocket launcher.
or is it one of
It's
like
a grenade
the,
launcher.
Okay,
It's a grenade
okay.
launcher.
Are we talking like
Does
the
it-
little rifle looking ones, or is it like?
It's one of the ones, I can't remember the nomenclature. It's got like the 12 round cylinder. Those things are heavy as heck.
Yep. So I'll bring that, and I also do pick up a small gun off of the wall, and I look at Chandra and I'm like, "Have you ever held a gun before?
Yeah, I used to do target practice.
Have you ever
She's
actually shot
probably
a gun?
better than I am.
Sorry, what did he say?
Show me how to cock this one."
And she undoes and redoes the safety.
Cool. That's yours for the moment. Don't tell
That's,
Mike.
that's impressive on a Glock.
I do not know how Glock specifically safety is
They don't have
engaged.
an external safety. They have a trigger safety.
Oh, okay, gotcha. All right. I did. She said she grabbed a small gun. I was assuming 9mm, but let's go.
Yeah, Glocks come in all kinds of 9mm. It's Michael
All right.
carry. So
All right, sounds good. Yeah. Then maybe she doesn't do that specifically, but she does everything else to show that she is aware how to handle a gun.
And
then
me,
Then she'll put it back behind her in her belt.
okay. We start coming in, but very
Quietly.
quietly.
Okay.
Not guns blazing. That feels
And-
wrong.
And then Mike hears, as they approach from outside, a beeping on Gael's watch, and he looks down and then looks back up at you and takes a deep breath. Do you want to do this back in the office space where it's a little bit better lit?
sure.
And he will go over there and he will sit down behind his desk and wait patiently. You can open up the door for him if you want.
They'll open up if they need to.
Okay.
Do you know a kid named Jesse?
Yeah,
Where is he?
he's around.
Is he alive still?
Of course. I'm not some freak. I don't kill kids, man. I don't do that kind of shit.
Okay. Probably know I'm not a cop. What exactly do you do here?
Yeah, I know you're not a cop. And I think... Wait. You're Mike Connor, aren't you?
Yeah.
Shit, man.
How do you know me?
Look, man, you're not like big famous, but you are famous, you know, with the right crowds. Not... It's nothing weird. But I have been in multiple circles who are at least aware of you. Not many people made it out of that temple.
Not many people know there's even a temple.
And not many people knew that you were around for whatever that shit that went down a few months ago was either.
Yeah.
Why don't you go do me one favor real quick? You're with the Order, right?
Yeah.
Go ahead and run a search for me real quick. Romeo Delta 569180.
Run the search.
After you do so, it comes up with a history that says occasional freelancer Gael Vasquez, lists, like a handful of his military accomplishments, as well as having assisted on several previous encounters himself, specifically mostly with the more physical encounters that one might face in this sort of job, like, werewolves, vampires, less ghosts, things that can be hurt if you shoot them enough. But he hasn't worked with the Order in a few years.
You've done some good work. What are you mixed up in now?
I don't know what you mean mixed up in, man. I'm just fighting the war still.
Which war?
There's only one.
Would we be like at the door by now?
Yeah, you can be at the door and you can enter if you choose to. And you can still be getting the audio and everything Mike is saying. So you can either be prepped or you can enter. Your call.
So I think we'll probably just be prepped and let that sit, right, Rose? Are we waiting? We're waiting.
Mm-hmm.
Just wait. We're just gonna wait. We're waiting a minute.
Okay. There's only one more man. Sure, they give him different names. And there's a lot of different interests that result in it, and a lot of guys like us end up dying for a lot of rich folks a lot of the time. But at the end of the day, there's only one war back behind it all, and that's things that want to prey on people, and the people who are willing to stand up for those who are getting preyed on. That's me. That's you. That's all of this, That's what we do. We take it to them. I didn't kidnap anyone.
Have you been working with freelance witch hunters?
Witch hunters? That's a little narrow. He takes off his Seahawks starter jacket, and he's just wearing his tank top. You can see he's got like a big bulldog tattoo dominating most of his left arm, and the rest of his arms are dotted by various tribal tattoos, as well as like a little bit of scarification down his forearm, seemingly done to be like counting marks. I don't do a whole lot of freelance anymore. I've got an outfit.
Look, there's a few individuals who've gone off the reservation and they're out targeting innocent people.
Define innocent.
Somebody who was attacked by demons and survived.
And what makes you think that that person was uncompromised? Did you do a test?
That person lived a peaceful life after the incident.
You sure? You know them?
Yeah, we checked him out.
You checked him out.
And these people didn't even try to eliminate him as a threat. They just mutilated him and left him alive.
Yeah. I get it. Some folks go pretty hard, man, but I don't know why you're focusing your energy on witch hunters when there's real problems out there, man. You've been in this city for a while. I know that. I heard about you. I heard about you and some of these other problems that everybody's going through around here. And I've heard some wild stories, man. I know some motherfuckers who said that it was like they were missing months and they couldn't tell what was going on, except that they knew it happened here. Do you know anything about that, Mike? I'm sorry. I don't remember your rank.
I got out as a sergeant. I know something about that. You got to be a little more specific, but I've known.
Edith is going to like tap on Rose's shoulder and be like, "Hey, what if we, while he's distracted, run around and look for your
Jesse.
friend Chandra, for Jesse?"
Oh, I love that. Way better than us going in there and pretending we're gonna shoot that guy up.
Just do that because we've already tripped anything that we're gonna trip. So
Yeah, let's do this.
I mean,
What?
are we not gonna like beat him up or something?
are we gonna beat up? We're not gonna beat up Jesse.
No, not
No,
Jesse.
he's
This guy.
Triple our size.
I'm sorry. Well, this guy is gonna. I
Oh,
feel like Mike will be okay.
yeah, no, so usually this is kind of what we do as the girl team. We just listen to Mike's plan and then we don't do it. And we go find other trouble to get into while he's busy.
I don't know how down I am with this whole girl team
I
thing,
love
but
how-
all right.
I mean, you can also hang out with the Vole, but I don't know where he went.
Yeah, he's a rat. I don't. Okay, yeah, whatever.
Okay, come on.
Okay, so
Okay.
we're gonna. So yeah, so we'll split. We'll split off, and I'll let you.
She just cut herself off. Okay, he is looking at you dead in the eye. He says, "Sergeant Connor, I'm gonna be real. It sounds to me like if anybody's gone off the reservation, it's probably you. Like, I heard about you, man. They tell me you're pretty accomplished. I've seen some of it. You've done good work. You know, like, I don't know a whole lot of guys who can do wet work on demons with the level of regularity that you've managed and still walk away from it. But I also know that you've been keeping some pretty unpleasant company lately. I've seen reports that place you hanging around some snippet of a god, and this is the real fucking kicker, man. I've heard you've been hanging around a dragon.
Yeah. And he helped save the world. Not just our world, save the universe, really.
Do you know what they are?
Yeah.
Really? You know,
Do you know what they are?
I know enough.
What do you think they are?
I think that they are the beings most in a position to spell the extinction of the human race and make sure that this is no longer our planet. And in the best case scenario, we're second-class citizens, man. That's what I'm fighting against, and that's what you should be fighting against. And I think that that is as good of a time as any for us to take our break.
Lovely. Cool. Hopefully we find him. I don't know.
We'll see. We still have half an episode to try.
Okay, well, let's see here. Dan and Mike, I will let you guys have a break. Boom, boom. And for those of you who are new here, about halfway through our stream, we do a little touch base and see what everybody's doing and give you 5 to 10 minutes to go get a drink or go to the bathroom or whatever you need. But yeah, also, if you want to watch the first part of this episode, well, not really the first part, but you know, the backstory for Chandra and Jesse and where they came from and whatnot, you can go to our YouTube channel and click on the playlists. And if you look at the playlist for one-off episodes, you will find this episode. Yeah. Anyway, Elle, what do you have going?
Oh my god, what don't I have going? So to start, we have a fantastic giveaway sponsor this season. We actually have a couple, and I feel like I never talk about all of them, so we'll run through them. This first season, our first sponsor of the season is Escape Velocity Comics. They are a super cool comic book shop in the heart of downtown Colorado Springs. So if you're in the area, go stop in and say hello. They're really cool. They've got a really clean atmosphere, and I know that they've got a super cool like winter clean out sale happening here soon. So just keep an eye on their Facebook, check them out. One of our other sponsors, and I'll let oh my god, I can only think for just a second. It was like Mike, and that was all I could think of.
I'll let Mike do it. Yep.
And I was like, oh my god. I will let him tell more about this. But our second giveaway sponsor of the season is OTP Games, and they are super exciting. So I'm going to let him touch more on that because he's got all the super cool details. And then third up, I have a little shop called Fateful Designs. We are currently on hiatus, but we'll be back really soon with some super cool new stickers. So I do stickers, character art, all sorts of cool stuff like that. So if you're looking for any of that, you can find it by clicking my name in the bio. Oh my goodness. And then if you wanted to get some super cool merch for Wealdport so you can show off all of your amazing Felton University vibes, you can head on over to our shop, which is uncannycreations.art. It's got tons of cool stuff. We're actually working on a new thing right now. Like, I mean, if you're into Baba Java at all, there's some new stuff coming. So be sure to keep an eye out for that. And I think that's all of my crazy side projects right now.
Cool. Well, that sounds lovely. Next up, we will go with Bill, who has several lovely things to announce.
Oh, yep. So my company is OTP Games. It's produces supplements for 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons, which is what I really love. First little supplement was a book we published recently, Armory Fantastica. If you follow my link on the descriptions, it's got the Try-Through RPG place that sells this and something, a collaboration I do with Elle, a deck of many things, plus other different things that aren't in the deck of many things, new crazy cards for you to torment your players and yourself, or if you're Dungeon Master, because all kinds of crazy effects happen. And there's another book coming out soon, as soon as we get last little bit of artwork done and the editing done, which is done by my wife, so can't really press her on that too much because she's busy with a bunch of other stuff too.
Fair enough.
Doing that, and just had a blast working with Elle on the deck because there's all kinds of cool cards. We had a giveaway that's should be there next week to whoever won it. Should be getting it next week, I think, the deck.
Sweet. If you're here watching us, you'll have to let us know how you like it. If you've got it, put it into any of your games. We hope you like it.
And you should. Once you want to break a game, because it'll mess things up, but in a good way. So.
Lovely. Well, thank you, Bill. Next up, we have Dan.
Hello, everyone.
Hello. I love here for the day.
For today, and hopefully for sometimes hereafter, and sometimes we don't get enough games, and we don't have enough people to run them, and the same is true for listening to people's games. And if you are just in a place in your life where you just desperately need more games, the Uncanny Prose is not enough, especially if you're addicted to Dan. And I know that is a condition that some people suffer from. I'm a real hard substance to kick. You could check out the podcast Ombligo del Diablo. It is En Mage the Ascension actual play podcast, using some custom rules to bring it in closer alignment with Vampire 5th edition. It is a fairly adult podcast with mature themes that should not be entered into lightly, ye mortals. But we do give content warnings for most episodes, and if y'all enjoy the sort of spookiness with a side of camaraderie and friendship that we deal in here with a slightly sharper edge to it, y'all would probably love it. We are well into the thousands of listens now due to some tremendous support from people, and we couldn't be more grateful. We inch closer and closer to the series finale. We recorded this, a ways back, and I've been looking forward to its drop for some time now. And I can only tell y'all that it is the best ending to a game that I have ever experienced, and I've been playing since I was about 14 at this point. That has been a while. We don't need to go into exactly how long.
It's fine. You're only as old as you feel, Dan.
Exactly. Oh God, then I'm even older.
Okay, no. You're only as old as you want to feel.
I
don't know.
Regardless, you can check out Ombligo del Diablo wherever you get your podcasts. If you need help spelling it, it's places. You can, if you are watching with us right now live on Twitch, you can click my name under the dealy-do. And that should take you directly to our podcast anchor, but it's on Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, and podcasts, all the podcast places. Check it out, and we hope you like it.
Fabulous. And then I guess last but not least, if you are here on the last Thursdays of the month, I do a small little book movie club called Read Watch Vent, where we watch movies and we read the books that they're based off of, and then we vent about whether we liked them or not. For March, we are going to be doing Lockwood & Co., which just dropped on Netflix. It's kind of cool. It has vibes that totally jive with what we're doing here in Wealdport. And I haven't started the book yet, but the TV show so far is delightful. So join us. Let us know what you think. And if you have books that you would like us to cover, message me and we will talk. All right, I think everybody's back. So we can continue to see if we can find Jesse.
Indeed. Before we jump back in, I'm super curious. Have you guys covered his Dark Materials?
That is not one that we have done yet. Mm-hmm. So far, we've been mostly picking stuff that is coming out that it's a little bit newer.
Mm-hmm. I know that the show just recently finished a little bit ago, and I've been watching through it with a friend and have been having a heck of a time. Feel like there's a decent amount to talk about there.
Watched that one I haven't finished the series, but I read the whole thing. Mm-hmm. And I read it as a young evangelical child.
Yes.
To the consternation of a lot of the adults around me. But Indeed. I thought it was great.
I'm really enjoying the show so far. I hadn't read it, but I plan to after.
Isn't Lin-Manuel Miranda in that?
He is. Can you
go?
He's a bit of an odd cast, I think, for the role they're asking of him. Just for reference, apparently in the movie he was played by Sam Elliott, but it's still fun. I dig it.
It's a beautifully done show too. If you want like a high fantasy thing with a lot of really interesting overtones, and if you're kind of a literary nerd, it'll be your thing.
Def. All right. As we settle back down into it, Michael is squaring off with Gael and just chewed him out a little bit for working with dragons.
The church doesn't really have a problem with it, and they've been at this for far longer than either of us.
The church also hasn't had to deal with them in a long time, but you know what this order's named for, right?
You know St. George didn't kill a dragon, he killed a demon.
Okay, maybe. I don't know. I wasn't around. But they used to know what was up. They used to understand. I mean... Let's adopt a different framework for a second. All right, Sergeant Connor. Let's say that your dragon, your buddy, is just a fluffy teddy bear and doesn't mean to harm a single soul. Just the most beautiful thing that anybody could hope for. Dragons are also highly magical creatures, right?
Oh,
You've been
yes.
around some magic at this point?
Oh yeah, more than I'd care to.
Mm-hmm. Me too. How much magic do you think it would take to push your dragon from being a nice cuddly teddy bear to being an inhuman machine of destruction, raining down death and fire on everybody they know? Because I've seen magic switch guys off. No one should have that much power, human or not, and they ain't human.
I've seen magic that almost broke the multiverse. It had nothing to do with dragons.
Mm-hmm.
Seems that your problem is with people who abuse magic.
My problem is with people with power who do not have our best intentions at heart. And I am going to remove any tools with which they might be capable of abusing us. I'm still fighting. I don't know about you.
The main reason I'm here is I'm looking for the kid Jesse. Do you have him?
Yeah, I've got him.
Why do you have him? What did he
Because
do?
he's considering a job offer.
From whom?
I don't know. Apparently, his girlfriend was interested in working with you. I found him, talked to him, and I turned him on to some realities of life. He's interested in talking them further. Would you object to that?
From what I know, you've been going around brutally murdering people and torturing innocents. So
I ain't
yeah,
tortured anyone, man. And if some other dudes are, whatever.
Have you been following me closely in the last few weeks?
No. I'm aware of you. You're not my priority. I've got my own business. But if you keep stepping on my toes like this, you become my business.
Look,
And that's not a
I'm
state you
here-
want to be in.
I'm
So
here because Jesse's girl's worried about him.
Hmm.
He disappeared. His phone's been off. I wasn't even sure if we were looking for some sort of supernatural thing or if it was a drug deal gone wrong or what. I'm just looking for a missing person.
See, the real reason his phone was off is because we didn't want to get tracked. He didn't want to get tracked either. And now we're here, and you've tracked us. I'm guessing that means you had some extracurricular means of doing so.
Yeah.
Okay. And if he comes out and says everything's cool, you gonna leave me alone? We've got a slight problem here where you have come and invaded my space without my permission under false pretenses. But there's still a scenario here where you leave me to my business and you're not my problem for one more day.
So we've been listening to this, and we now know that Jesse's here.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any chance that we would find him before you guys, like as you guys are doing this conversation, or is he totally hidden?
There are two entrances to this warehouse.
Mhm.
One is the main front door area that Mike entered through. The
Mhm.
other one is the emergency rear exit, which, as Mike did discover, you would have seen over the button cam
Mhm.
had notices on it like if opened alarm will sound and stuff
Right.
like that.
Right.
Otherwise, if you could find a way to get like up top, you might find a cracked window or some other way to enter from the roof. But those seem to be your only shots. And also, according to the compass width that Rose is getting on this, if Jesse's in there, he's likely inside.
Cool. So I would vote that we go in.
Yeah.
Because they're in the office, which I'm
Right.
assuming the office is like closed off, yes?
It's like just past the front door.
Oh, so we would have to pass the office in order to
You
be able
would.
to.
We could try the roof, or we can try disabling the alarm.
Okay.
Or
do
we
you
can
know how to-
trigger the alarm and hope that Mike keeps him busy.
Why do we care what this guy thinks about his alarm, right?
Assuming the alarm's hooked up, I wouldn't be surprised if it's not hooked up.
Well, that might also send Jesse away. I mean, it seems like it's just the two of them, right? So,
Seems like. And if there's only two, if there's only one in and out, he's either got to pass Mike or he'd have to pass us, right?
okay.
And Rory's still here somewhere, so I have to assume he's also looking.
Dan is like,
Kind of surprised Rory hasn't taken offense to the dragon bad mouthing and made his presence known. He's showing amazing restraint.
Mm.
I
Maybe he
think
fell
okay.
asleep. He was very tired.
Poor
So-
baby.
Little
I-
vole curled up in the corner.
So what if I have the bigger gun, which
Okay.
is more intimidating. I do not
Right.
intend on shooting this at anybody because hopefully we don't have to shoot anybody. This seems
Right.
like a normal guy who's real scared about the stuff that we've done recently, which makes total sense because the stuff we've done recently is all, world-ending shit. So
They don't hate it.
no. Problematic that he wants to kill all the dragons because, well,
Because our bestie is one?
yeah. But okay, so I stay here.
Okay.
You and Chandra go around the back
Okay.
and go to that door,
Love it.
unlock it, and Chandra call for him. Maybe he,
Yeah, he might respond to you.
and if anything, the alarm will cause panic, which means they either have to go out the back door or they have to come to the front.
Okay,
I will
so we're
stop them.
gonna set it off on purpose, or are we
Yeah.
trying to not? Okay.
No, we'll set it off on purpose. If it's
We're
an
going to
alarm.
set it. Right, because they already know we're here. I mean, come on. We already know he knows we're here. So he's either going to do something about it, or he's going to let it blare while Edith threatens him with a giant gun, and we keep looking for your boy.
Are we trying to wait until she's in there with the machine gun before we blow it? Are we trying to hear her
Well, Edith
on
could
Mike's
just,
thing?
I think, couldn't you just enter Edith and then,
Well, I mean, no, I think the play is you guys enter the back door, and if anybody tries to get out the front door, I will stop them or
Okay.
break them, depending on who it is.
that's great.
Right?
Okay, yeah. Just keep your phone handy in case this all goes to hell.
Oh, it's going to hell.
Yeah, it is. Let's go. And she'll just start heading out.
I didn't think I'd actually get the chance to bust a door in today.
Oh no, you're super gonna get to because I am terrible at this.
No, it's all good. Don't worry. I can take point.
Okay. Just don't stand at okay, I need you to open the door and then you should get behind me because I don't want you to get shot.
Wait, but you just said you weren't good at this stuff.
No, I'm great at this. Let's go.
Wait, I've got it. I mean, I've got a gun. I could protect you.
Oh my god, that's so cute.
Well,
You're gonna be such a good hunter, but don't tell Edith that.
she kind of just.
You're gonna be really good at this, but you cannot tell Edith I encouraged this. I told you to get a job at Baba Java.
Okay, yeah, that's the coffee place, right?
Yeah.
All right, cool. No, I'm gonna not do that, but I can act like it if you want me to.
Okay, we'll talk about it. And she
We'll
just
get-
kind of hurries.
Let's get him back. This guy's talking bullshit. There's no way that Jesse's doing this to me.
No, we got this.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And we will hurry to the back door.
All right.
So multiple things happening at once. I mean, here, really, Mike told us to come in at some point, so we.
I
had
really
to-
like that we have officially split the party every way it can be split.
Okay. Does Edith then, at that point during the conversation, just sort of enter?
Well, so they're supposed to set the alarm off first. Because I'm assuming, okay, logistical question. The warehouse is roughly a rectangle, right?
A large one. It'll take a bit to get into place. Like, it'll take like a minute or two to get all the way around it.
Right. So they go to the back. Edith is at the front door by the office. Not in the door. They come in and Chandra can start being like, Jesse, where are you? What are you doing? The alarm will hopefully cause some panic, and they'll run to the front door, like away from where the sounds are, and then we can just talk to them. Because Jesse's hiding. We don't have a better way to go in.
Okay.
And nobody
then
believes
there's going to
go
be
anyone.
Then there's going to be a little bit longer before that happens as things move into place.
Cool. I will pop us out, and you guys can.
Okay. So, how are we handling it, Sergeant Connors?
Let me talk to the kid.
What if he doesn't want to talk to you?
Why are you trying to get him into this life? He's not cut out for this.
Because we don't have the numbers. The war is coming to him, whether he wants it or not. You understand that, right? Like, you can't keep all this under wraps much longer. The time when we're fighting in the shadows is getting thin.
So you're desperate for allies?
The right kind? Yeah. Ones who are willing to do what it takes.
A teenager's more of a right kind of ally for you than a dragon?
A teenager can learn how to use a gun. Man, you should know that better than anybody.
Dragon can learn how to use magic.
Mm-hmm.
And they're already pretty handy.
Aren't that many of them, though?
What's that?
Aren't that many of them, though?
Not right now. You know what's happening with them, right?
I know what's happening with them. We've all seen it. They're coming around.
They're supposed to be protectors.
Yeah. Supposed to be. How'd that turn out?
If you go after them, they're going to come after us twice as hard.
You're a praying man, right?
Oh, yeah.
Screw them. Let God sort them out, man. And at that point, there's a little skittering sound around your feet. And then Rory stands up to his full height.
To his full human height or his full dragon height?
His full human height. He can't go dragon without Edith's help. Mike, I don't think that we're going to get much useful out of this one. I think that we might need to just cut him loose.
Let us see Jesse. Let his girl talk to him, and we can be out of your hair.
Is this him?
What do you think? Think he's just a normal shape-shifting human?
I mean, weirder things have happened, right? But no.
That's fair question.
It's pretty freaking cool, though. You know, rolling around, your buddy, crime-fighting dragon. That sounds like a cartoon show, man.
Be R-rated.
Hey, you, buddy. Scaly. You got, like, a plan or anything? Or are you just kind of winging it? You had the element of surprise on you up until a second ago. I don't think I bloody need it. We've got you outnumbered. We've got pretty good confirmation that you're hiding this child. And I think you need to start being a bit more polite if you want to leave this place breathing. I think you've got fewer options on the table than you think. And at that point, Rose as well as Chandra are going to be in position to blam through the door if they're prepared.
Let's do this.
All right. She pulls out her gun and as she does so, I am going to need you to roll tough.
Okay, really good considering I have a minus in this one. I got a 10.
A 10. Okay. So you open that door and an alarm does sound, but you are unable to hear it because it is quickly overpowering your own ears by the ballistic force ringing in them as both you and Chandra are thrown and launched backward as an explosion detonates right in front of you. Rose, you're going to go ahead and take 2 harm.
Oh, God.
Chandra is pretty badly scratched up, but she fell better than you did. And she just has like a couple gashes along her face. And her jacket is pretty roughed up. And she is like working her jaw and holding her hand to her ear, trying to blink the sound away. At the sound of the alarm and the explosion, does Edith enter the building?
No, Edith might open the door, but just kind of be there because she's just she's the one to catch. It's not like they're trying to like pinch her movement anybody. They're trying to like drive everybody to the front door.
Okay. As that is happening, though, you open it and you have a gun at the same time that explosive sound comes on. Let's bring Mike up too.
Yep.
Literally all went bad.
This guy quickly moves his hand up with what seems to be a piece of paper within it, bound by something wood, and looks to pull it. Mike, go ahead and give me one sharp roll to try and react.
Can I use cool since this is like reading bad situation? It's one
Got it. You got it.
Oh, son of a... that's a 9.
9. Okay.
My dice hate me tonight.
No, with a 9, you are able to make a response and do something concurrently with him. Are you drawing?
Oh, yeah. I'm going to try to
Okay.
shoot it in the hand.
Okay, sounds good. Go and make that tough roll as he uncorks this scroll, seemingly breaking a seal.
That's 10.
A 10. Okay. Yeah, you do fire. It does not hit exactly squarely hand. It's going to rip through some bicep meat.
Biceps. There's no such thing as bicep.
No singular bicep. Okay.
By 2 heads, biceps.
Biceps. Through his right biceps. And he does like cringe a little bit, grits through it as it opens, and like a flashbang going off, there is a white hot flash of light. And Edith, in that moment, it's like something turns off in you. It is like this thing that has been growing in the back of your mind, this awareness, since you re-encountered your sister, since the business with the king and everything. It's like that just goes quiet again, that little magical part of your brain that has been growing. And where Rory was getting up and like preparing, little flames were beginning to spout from his hand, those just like wash away as he looks blinded and they fizzle. And Mike, likewise, you are hit by this blinding light and stunned and have to shake it off. You're where you scored that hit, but you lose a few seconds there. And during them, you just hear blah, 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 blah. And as you slowly come to, the people who were hit with the effect of that scroll reorienting themselves from the blinding magical flash, and Rose and Chandra recovering from explosive force. They all look about, Rose and Chandra, to an open door where Chandra is already recollecting herself and beginning to barrel in, looking around the corners.
I'm running after her.
And
And
she's like, I got this. I've
and-
seen this movie.
Child!
and Edith and Michael, as they recollect themselves, see Gael's chair knocked over. You smell a
Ozone?
familiar scent, Mike, and look down to see Rory's body riddled with bullets as he's just kind of like collapsed on the ground, and he holds like a blood-soaked hand up, looking towards like the rows and rows of labyrinthine shelving and various items, as he just like drops, and you see wisps of smoke and flame drift back towards the coin, and Rory disappears as he is currently
Sent back into
as he is currently too injured to function.
Cool.
Any sign of this dude?
Just Rory's pointing, and the fact that his chair was knocked over in a direction suggesting he went that way.
I start ripping those boxes down, see if there's any sort of thing behind the shelf. The shelf moves. There's a secret door or anything.
Okay, you roll for sharp.
All that.
It's 12.
Every time.
12. Okay, you are moving back there and looking. As you do, you are powering through quickly, but your trained senses still allow you to look down and spot something. In the direction that Rory pointed, there is a long, thin wire stretched across the ground that you were about 5 inches away from tripping. And it seems also like you did not encounter any sort of like hidden thing, but there are any number of places he could be physically hiding in there.
Did he run out? He didn't run out the door. He ran back into the office. So
Y'all had both exits covered.
No, right. But he had to go. You said that
Further into the warehouse.
Got it. So I wouldn't have seen him.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Okay.
Watch for
Any more do you
tripwires.
want to do for your action, Mike?
I'm going to tell Edith, watch for tripwires and use the flashlight on the gun to scroll up and down and try to avoid any more tripwires and move carefully.
Okay. Just moving in, searching.
Yeah.
Okay. Next up, who wants to go next?
Edith will follow Mike.
Okay. Sounds good. Go ahead. Is there any specific thing you would like to accomplish beyond simply following him?
She's following him. She's disoriented, and she's also kind of excited, but kind of nervous because it seems like they probably did this badly. But also the thing is out of her head, and she's actually really excited about that. So she's just moving forward. Like, maybe Mike will know what to do. I don't know. My plan was bad.
Even
make sure she sees the tripwire and steps over it.
Yeah. Even as a few moments pass, unfortunately, that small solace is bleeding away as it seems to build momentum again, and you had only momentarily lost your connection. But it seems obviously to have had the same effect on Rari,
Right.
rendering him quite vulnerable.
And I'm assuming she would have seen something go back into her.
Into the coin, yeah.
So yeah, she's gonna carefully follow Mike.
Okay, sounds good. And Rose.
Rose is gonna grab Chandra and just kind of pull her back to her side a little bit. And she's like, girl, you gotta calm down, because who knows how many more bombs there are in here. Just start yelling for him, okay? And just watch your step. And Rose will kind of take the lead to look for, trap. She's not Mike, so she's just guessing based off famous movie traps.
Okay,
What we're
sounds
looking
good.
for. But she would definitely be like leading and then just letting her kind of yell for him.
You've got like some scratches uncomfortably like bleeding down next to your eye a little bit too. It's a bit distracting, though not debilitating. And she just sort of like nods and understands. She does like point behind you as she's moving, like pointing around each corner again, looking around and shouting, Jesse! Jesse!
And we
We're
will
gonna have
use the
some room
paper
clearing
as
classes.
kind of our guide.
What's that?
We'll pull out, Rose will hold the paper to try to use it as a guide to Jesse too.
Okay, for sure. He does seem to be like at the far end,
Okay.
opposite part of the building from where the desk and the little office space were.
Okay.
All right, go ahead and roll me sharp, Rose.
Perfect. Okay. 11 on the dice, and then of course I accidentally closed my sheet, so I'm pretty sure it's a 12.
A 12. Okay.
I'm
cool,
reopening
cool,
it right now, but I think it's a 12.
Okay, cool. You also manage to pass over a couple of tripwires that were laid out, and progress further in. It is a hazardous space, and in addition to the array of miscellaneous items, there are bits of shrapnel all over the floor, dangerously sharp stuff. This area seems to have been made intentionally harmful to navigate for someone who doesn't know what they're doing or how to get through it. But you are able to do so without taking any further immediate harm, also pointing out the immediate dangers to Chandra, who is taking your lead, and especially after that last thing, looking a bit more cautious, though still deeply motivated to progress.
You're doing great. Just stay with me. Deep breath.
And back up to the top of things, where you hear projected over a speaker, "This doesn't end well, Sergeant Connor. You probably want to back out now before this gets any worse. Hell, I don't even think I killed your dragon."
I'm going to keep going forward, trying to... Do I see Rose and Chandra?
You
How big
see
is
a
this
light
warehouse?
from an open door a ways down. It is too dim to make out their distinct shapes, but you do hear echoing in the distance, "Jesse! Jesse!" Down
Rose,
into
is
your
that-
left.
Rose, is that you?
Yeah, I think so.
Can you still get a read on Jesse?
We're working on it. But yeah, kind of.
Try to stay where you are. I'm working my way to you. I'm going to try carefully read a bad situation, go towards them.
Okay, go ahead, give it a shot.
7.
7. Okay. As you are navigating forward, it is highly treacherous. And, 'cause, 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 ' this is done with someone taking a guerrilla approach to planning out this warehouse. And as you progress, you hear the distinctive sound of an M27, as well as a bit of muzzle flash, as bullets rip in your direction. And a couple of them make contact, one penetrating up just under your collarbone for 3 harm, -1.
What?
What's an M27?
Did I get that one wrong too? Hold on.
Can I tell where it came from? I see the muzzle flash.
No, M27 infantry automatic rifle is standard issue for the USMC right now. I got you. I can provide you with an article.
How did that happen?
All right. Anyway.
I wasn't crazy on this one. Anyway.
Well, it's Wikipedia. We'll see.
Okay, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you have a different name for it. I don't know.
Okay, it's basically an M4. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Similar.
It's the the H and K. I hate those things.
I didn't do it wrong though. Anyway.
Overpriced German. Yeah.
You were shot by an overpriced German firearm.
So Edith is behind him. Did Edith see where the muzzle flash is?
Go ahead and roll sharp.
Didn't.
I'm also willing to bet like 99% of Marine Corps doesn't have that yet.
6.
It said they did. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm not smart.
They lied.
Okay, 6. You said.
Yeah.
You saw a light. It's somewhere over on the right side, but you didn't get a clean look.
Was it like up in some of the shelves, or was it down person level?
Elevated.
Like above where a person would be?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Give me that.
Going, no!
Don't.
I was gonna do that. Underneath, shooting it.
It's her turn first again.
Okay.
You can fire it, then he can fire it. It'll be okay. Everyone gets a turn.
Okay, do you want to take a shot in that general direction though?
But well below where it was. So if he's like on top of one of the shelves would fall.
Okay, fair enough reasoning. Go ahead and roll to kick some ass, you know?
No. Okay, let's see here.
I just have to tell the chat that in our group's chat, they're passing articles back and forth about these weapons.
4.
4. Okay. You just sort of as the gun spirals a little bit out of your control. You've been shown enough to responsibly fire a gun most of the time. However, you're kind of scrambling right now, and you have not been in many situations that required you to advance on an enemy position firing an automatic rifle.
Right.
It's not an automatic.
It's the rocket launcher.
Single,
So yeah.
Oh, you have the
grenade
grenade
launcher.
Yeah. So I
That's
don't
Single
right.
shot
You
grenade
didn't
launcher.
I thought you had the rifle that you.
I
Rose
have the
is carrying
grenade
the M4.
launcher. So
Rose has the M4.
Yeah.
You fire a grenade into this place.
She doesn't have to be very close.
That's true.
We're all gonna die.
You do hear a grunt, and you see also after that happens, there is a chain reaction as a few other smaller explosions take place, blasting around you. Go ahead and everybody roll me a tough.
I have a question.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Can Rose take a disadvantage to try to protect Chandra from any harm?
For sure you can.
Okay. I don't know how to do that, but she'll roll, and then you can tell me how that goes.
Protect someone is a
It's
tough
an action.
roll.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, I see it. Okay,
I got a 7.
it's a 10.
So I got a 13 in my tough roll for myself. I'm gonna try to protect Edith.
Would you? Are you making that your protect another instead, or?
Yeah. So
Okay.
actually, yeah. So we're both unharmed, not danger. It's one of my advanced moves.
Okay, sounds. Oh, sorry. Does that have an additional effect beyond you taking the harm for her?
Neither of us take harm
Neither of you take harm due to the.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome.
because it's one of my advanced moves.
Okay, great. You dive
got a
on
15.
top of Edith, and you hear skittering. You feel like some more shrapnel and stuff clatter along your back, but neither of you are harmed. Rose, on the other hand, this time closer to these explosive forces, you are going to take another 3 harm, reduced by 1 to 2.
Okay.
And you are knocked back into a wall and clattered down, kind of like clutching your own guts. They're not falling out or anything, but you feel like you've definitely broken a few ribs, and one of them may be hurting at your lung a little bit.
Okay, cool. How is Chandra looking?
Shocked and horrified. You took the worst of that. She's been knocked down, and she's like, "Oh no,
No, we're good.
Okay.
It's okay. Just breathe. Just
You
breathe.
don't look okay."
No, I'm fine. This is like the least hurt I've been in a while.
Okay. And she's going to try and scramble to help you up.
Cool, and she'll just kind of hold on to her, and she's gonna send a text in the dark real quick to Edith, like, stop blowing things up!
Edith is not gonna read her text right now.
Both of your...
I could totally see
phone
you
screen is
stopping the
very
text in the middle of
cracked.
combat.
Rose's phone screen is cracked to all hell, by the way.
It's really just like a jumble of letters.
Later on, it comes
She wrote,
through.
stop blowing
Like, it hurts
stuff
your
up.
fingertips as you're doing it a little bit.
There's like weird emojis in there.
It's gonna be a weird text to read later.
Okay, sounds good. And I think that is everybody also for this turn. Everybody did actions.
Yeah.
And
I'm assuming we still haven't heard anything from Jesse. He's not responding.
no, he's not responding. There is a groaning sound beyond a few more of the crates as there's more clattering and scrambling heard as it's possible he's falling back based on the sounds. Your move, Mike.
I'm gonna try to guess. I got a grenade, just need to be close. I'm gonna grab the grenade launcher from Edith and try to guess where I'm shooting at.
We're not trying to kill the guy. We just want to knock him down.
Give me a sharp, then a tough.
Okay.
Or if you're capable of rolling tough for that, whatever seems most likely to pinpoint where he
I'd
is.
say how about read a bad situation?
Sure.
Cool. So 4, 8 for the read a bad situation.
Okay. You
then-
know the part of the warehouse he's in.
So a 13 for tough.
13. Damn. Okay.
And that I get an extra bonus effect on that because that's one of my advanced moves too. I'm going to inflict double harm with a grenade, so that's 8 harm.
Okay.
We're not
Now-
trying to kill anybody.
We're
Now-
trying to kill the guy who just shot me.
No, we're trying to incapacitate him.
If he's dead, he'll be incapacitated.
Not that
Can't
way.
do anything if he's dead.
I can also possibly bring him back.
Edith is like, no. What if the person who was shooting at you was Jesse, Mike?
I don't think it is.
I'm just.
You're gonna start
I love.
launching grenades.
I love.
I
Okay,
like
so
that
I love
little
the
whisper.
idea
I
that
don't
he
think so.
pulls it, grabs it, he's loading it up, and she, after having detonated every explosive in this room, is like, "Oh no, what if it's Jesse shooting at you?" And he's like, I'm pretty sure it's not. And fires
She's
another one.
upset that I'm doing the same thing she did, only better.
It's pretty much
Okay.
my favorite part of
I
this
wasn't shooting
episode.
at
Will be
anybody,
Mike
Mike. I was
whispering.
shooting
I
at
don't think
him.
so.
Okay, you are inflicting double damage. It will be double damage on however much of the harm relative to his position is inflicted. He will probably not take full harm on a sharp roll of 8 from you. However, you do hear a shout and a groan, as well as more tumbling and more shrapnel flying about. Michael, you would be the closest to this. Go ahead and give me one more tough to try and avoid more damage.
Ooh, that's not so good. That's an 8.
8. Okay. You take another 2 harm as one bit of sharpened scrap metal flies and kind of just like digs itself just in under your ribs a little bit. Not a super severe wound, and your armor does help, but it does sting like a son of a bitch. And then you hear, wait. Okay, white flag.
Start
Sorry.
moving up closely, using the flashlight of the gun, because I'm sure there's some smoke now to help illuminate tripwires. And
Yes.
just,
You can also tell pretty well as you move. There are a lot of tripwires that are no longer relevant. And as Chandra is like kind of hauling up Rose, like gun in the other hand, like kind of frantically looking around, she's also like kind of just hyper paranoid scanning the floor. And Mike, you are able to look at Gael through the smoke, hazy silhouette. His nose is obviously badly dislocated, with blood running down like his whole face and soaking his tank top. And he also has like a side of his face that is pretty rapidly swelling. He looks badly mangled, and like you could push him over the edge pretty easy.
Let us get you to a hospital, dude.
you got anything in your mouth? Open your mouth. Let me look in it. Start going through my checks. Open his mouth, clear the airway, look for any major bleeders.
Okay. You can tell that he has lost a lot of blood, but nothing close to an artery. All right. Yeah.
I'm gonna take a look at Rose now.
And
Gael, this seems like a lot. Like, who are you expecting to come after you?
I don't
Is this
know,
supposed to be
dramatic.
dragon proof?
maybe you.
We're not trying to be after you. I am sorry about tripping all of that, by the way. That's on me. Apologies.
From where I'm sitting, you came in holding a grenade launcher after you broke in the back and set off one of my bombs.
Well, you put the bomb there, so that's on you.
Yeah,
Because
we're
the
looking
grenade
for a
launcher would not have been
teenager.
necessary. if
How
there
does
was-
Rose look? I'm trying to give her a medical voiceover too.
I mean, she's taken 3 harm. She's pretty beat up.
Let me do a combat medic on her.
Fine.
Oh, 7.
This just seems really dramatic for keeping a teenager from his friends.
It's not like I set it up for that.
Where
You're
is
stabilized
he?
and healed of 2 harm, Rose.
Thank you so much, Mike. Feel way
Takes out
better.
a big needle and sticks it inside your ribs.
Oh
And
god.
it's psst as air comes out, and you're feeling you can breathe much better now.
Oh my god. Well, I can breathe, but I'm traumatized.
Give it a little bit. Honestly, it doesn't take as long to heal as you'd think.
Can I
Okay,
just
you-
ask where the kid is?
Yeah, he's back in the safe room. Also, you should be aware that if you do finish me off, you won't like the outcome.
We're not gonna finish you off.
Nobody
Oh my
wants
god,
to
that's
kill you.
No,
Look,
No.
Wealdport
you seem
Doesn't
pretty
have-
freewheeling with that grenade launcher.
you shot at our friends.
Yeah, that does seem fair. You
Did
shot
I?
first.
Did I?
After we set up the bomb that you put there, you should. This is the lesson here: is don't put bombs on your door.
Or don't break into the facility of an armed operative.
Okay, well, the armed operative part is problematic. There, don't you see this?
You know, we all learned a lesson. We're gonna get Jesse, and then we'll take you to the hospital.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
Okay,
Listen,
You can talk to the kid.
Gael,
But I ain't going with you.
You're not in a great position to move right now. Wealdport doesn't have the greatest response time, but cops will show up eventually. Do you want to be here? Or do you want to help us move you and at least off a little bit and call an ambulance?
I can get my own guys.
okay. So there. Wait. So is there a network of you that are trying to rid the world of all the dragons?
There's certain things I'm not about to tell you right now.
They aren't the ones who've been hunting us recently.
Okay, that's fair. Do you guys have like a name or Gmail
We just
account?
want to add it to our list of problems.
If you want to play this game, you can maybe fuck around until I die, and then this entire place goes up in flames with all of you in it.
Nobody wants you to die.
Or you can stop messing around, talk to the kid, and then I handle my own business.
Let's go, Chandra. We're gonna go find the kid.
I'll be along in a minute. I'm going to bind his wounds.
Too many.
Try to stabilize him at least.
Sir, you have made Rose angry. That is difficult to do.
Nobody
She was
wants to
downright
kill him, Edith. Not one person here wants him dead.
He just leaves his arm up and stuff and is kind of like cooperating with you, looking around at him, and he's like, I hope you're doing all right. I did try to aim for the vest.
Yeah. You went a little bit high.
Well, you probably weren't going to stop if it only took the vest.
No. Listen, there are bigger problems out there. Not us. Not.
What did a dragon do to you? Like, why is this your thing?
It's not just them. It's not just them.
You're worried about the world ending again?
I'm worried about people like you falling under the influence of things like, he looks at your hand, that, because you're making some enemies right now. You're making a lot of enemies, and you're fighting the wrong ones. We're the good guys. We're cleaning house. Get used to it.
I'm sure you believe that, but listen, it wasn't any supernatural beings that almost broke the multiverse. It was a human being. All the weird crap that happened last month or so, that was a human.
A human mage?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can take our time and do that too.
Well, if it had been for us, you wouldn't be able to take your time because the universe would have ended. And our dragon friend helped stop that.
Good for him. We'll manage it ourselves next time.
Oh, we are gonna regret not making you dead. Oh. Okay.
Okay, and is it just Rose and Chandra going
Yeah.
over? Okay, cool. We can probably go back to chiller music again as well. Although this is fun, I'm digging
Rose
it.
is just grumbling about, like, nobody even wants him dead. This is so dramatic. This is like intense laser tag for those two.
Chandra follows Rose and they find themselves approaching what looks like a super heavily reinforced box in the back of here, like a room-sized, like steel frame, way more fresh, new, and advanced looking than the rest of here. And even after all of the explosions were set off, it's just got like some scoring on it, but no meaningful damage.
Like this. This is dramatic.
How do you even order something like this?
Girl, I have no idea. Every time we come into one of these weird layers, my first thought is, how did they even do this? And every time Mike doesn't explain.
It's got to be like an Amazon for weird ex-military
supervillains.
Yeah.
Hey, just as a heads up, I don't know what Jesse's going to be like when we get in there, okay? And he might be him, but he might sound weird or act weird. Just stay patient with him, okay? Tom went through this whole phase where he had like 37 personalities. You just gotta kind of roll with it a little bit.
So you two were a thing?
Tom and I like to think so. And if he's still alive, I intend to keep dating him. So it's a win.
Okay. She takes a breath and knocks on the door, and it swings open dramatically as Jesse is on the other side holding a pistol and freaking out, and then he like sees who's on the other side and he like pulls it back. What the? Oh my god, what the actual hell, Chandra? What's going on here? Who are you're the freaking...
Be nice. I'm Rose.
God damn it. What was going on out there? It sounded like a freaking war zone, man.
We survived like 5 or 6 bombs, but Chandra came to save you.
Jesse. I told you not to worry. I was getting this figured out. I was gonna tell you about everything. You didn't. You turned off your phone. You didn't listen. We got here because we were looking to make a difference, and you just ghosted on me. You ran off with the psycho. Psycho. No, he's not a psycho. Is he dead? Did you kill him? No, he's not. He's banged up, but he's getting hooked up by the
Mike.
narc guy. Yeah, Mike the narc. Jesus. I don't know what you think you were doing, but like these guys are the real deal. It's like this dude here. He's legit. He's got like military armaments, and like you saw how this place was wired, man. They've got like the actual equipment to really do something here. You know, it's not. I mean, he was using the word. I'm not trying to be mean, man, but amateurish.
Nope, that was mean. That's mean. I saved the world. We're not amateurs.
I don't.
And he's a psycho, sweetie. He's a full-blown adult grown man psycho. And I don't use that very lightly, okay?
He's helping people. He took out... Look, the reason I haven't been able to get in touch with you for a while is he basically took me for a ride along. There was this thing out there. It was hiding under bridges, and it was pulling people down under them, and it was eating them. It was horrifying. I saw the bones. It took me along, and he had something. It was like a crazy saw blade. He told me that normal stuff doesn't work on monsters a lot of the time. This stuff, the military stuff. He took it to him. It was crazy. All I could do was stand there and like shoot it with this little pea gun or whatever, and It went down. He got him. You know, he's the real deal. These guys, they're real, man. It's not like hanging around in little towns like ours. You know, they're doing the big stuff. This is what we talked about when we came here. This is looking to make a difference. She's like, Jesse, I was listening to the guy. He didn't sound right. He sounded like our parents when they were wrong, you know, like something was in him that wasn't, like he was driven by something that a person shouldn't be. Like, I don't know. It was bad. I don't.
Jesse,
I
she's
don't-
right. He's an extremist, to say the least.
Well, maybe you got to do some extreme shit sometimes. Like, I don't know what's going on. All I know is you guys just came in here blowing shit up around a dude who has been, quite honestly, exposing me to the sort of things I was hoping to find when I came out here looking to help people. Jesse, no, you can't. You got to take this seriously. You got to stop acting like a goddamn child all the time. I'm a child now? What, just because you held yourself together better than I did when everything was going to hell? I'm a child now? I'm here. I'm safe. You did your due diligence. You came in here. I'm rescued. You rescued me. I think I'm going to try this out for a little bit longer. I think I'm going to see where this goes. This isn't going well. I don't. Come on. We made it through everything together. We worked on this together. You're just going to let these, like, I don't know, these murderous lunatics just alter your whole freaking mental paradigm right now? I don't know why you always assume that I can't make decisions for myself. You don't have to take care of me all the time. I can handle things. I can make my own decisions. You're not the only person that can help people, and maybe your way isn't the best way all the time. We came out here to the city together. We got out of Milton. Maybe you just need to do your thing and I need to do mine for a little bit. And maybe I can prove to you that I can handle this. And then maybe you will get off of this and we can start figuring things out together again. She just like blinks back tears for a second with her mouth open and turns around. Let's get out of here. Let's leave.
She just kind of takes Chandra's hand, and she'll look back at him and she's like, hey, when you figure out you're working for them, give us a call and we'll try to help you when we can.
Yeah, don't count on it.
I'm not going to say we didn't try. And she'll turn and walk with Chandra back towards the group.
Okay.
So,
Okay. Well, we didn't want to kill him, but now we kind of do because he's being dramatic and it's annoying.
well, that checks. I don't think Jesse's coming with us.
Chandra, are you okay?
I'm ready to get out of here.
You want to go wait in the car? Okay. And she kind of nods at you guys, and she'll take Chandra back to the car.
So are we leaving the Unabomber here to call his people
I'm
back?
gonna take one last run at him. And what is his name again? I can't remember his name for like 3 seconds.
Hero.
Gael
Gael.
Vasquez.
Look, Gael, I know you think you're doing the right thing, and sure, a lot of time you are, but don't just go after things that aren't human just because they're not human. Wait till they've done something to merit you going after them. Can you meet me halfway on that?
I think we're gonna meet. I don't know if it'll be halfway, and I don't know if it's gonna be soon. And I sincerely hope that it doesn't have to be me starting the firefight next time, because you seem like a kind-hearted enough dude that it would really be a shame to kill you.
Here, I give him
Again.
my card.
Nobody's killing anybody.
I give him my card. Say,
Show
if
us
you
this
need help,
chatty.
if you need help going up against something that you can't take on your own, you can call me.
All right.
Sure you don't want any help getting out of here, or will we look you over some more?
You've done your bit.
All right.
Have a wonderful day, Sergeant Connors.
Go with God.
Edith is
Vaya
close
con
enough to him.
Dios.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, he just says Vaya con Dios.
Edith is close enough to him. She punches him in his hurt shoulder and is like, "That's for hurting my dragon. Don't do that again."
Edith.
What? He's not dead. And apparently he can handle way worse than this. So Edith walks away without another look back.
Sorry about that.
I'm not.
She's a first artist daughter, you know.
That's how it goes.
I head on out to the truck.
Okay.
Well, that went poorly.
Really poorly.
Yeah. Not one of our better days.
So Chandra, so that was a great example of how this is a terrible job.
That was super not a good time. Super not a good time.
Mm-mm.
Don't do it. Don't.
You're like the people who do something, though, when stuff like this goes down. Somebody's got to.
Yeah.
And I don't think the sort of things he was saying were right back there. I don't know what's right. But that sounded like a very hurt, very angry human being. And you guys have done nothing but show me compassion, even when I was a little bit of a shit when I first met you. So I don't know what my plans are anymore with Jesse gone. I've still got my apartment, and I can try and make rent, but if there's anything that I can help you with, I would like to.
Maybe keep cat company while we're gone.
I was just going to say, if you wanted to hang out for a little bit, you don't have to go so soon. Being alone kind of sucks in this situation.
She kind of quirks an eyebrow and looks at all of you, and then she's like, I don't know. Might be a tight fit. Not sure you got enough rooms in that house.
I think we can get you covered. How do you feel about ghosts?
That'd be cool. I don't know. I've never met one.
Yeah, we've only got 2. One's a little girl and one's an old cranky butler man, but they're both great.
Okay, cool.
Mike is like, no, this is a terrible idea. Why are we doing this?
God, no, he's praying, God, please send me a pipe hitter instead of these teenage girls you keep teaming me up with.
It's like, okay, I gotta shoot at the other like ex-military guy who knew what he was doing to team up with more teenage girls.
I'm just saying, Mike. We should do some storming the barracks training or whatever.
Yeah, that went so bad. Terrible.
Here's a thought. How about we just try the plan?
Well, the plan was you say the code word and then we come in and we did come
We weren't sure if you even remembered the code word. We thought maybe this was just a bad story. Your code word was terrible. You need to pick one that fits better in conversation.
Well, if it fits too well in conversation, then you might actually drop it. That's why you pick a weird word.
Badly. So like kumquat. No one talks about
kumquat's about as usable as chocolate.
I never talk about kumquats in normal life, Mike.
Never.
Is that like a sex thing?
This is why kumquats are not a thing in
Oh my god, you're gonna fit in so well at the house.
And we get in the car before the sirens come.
Yeah.
From the fire department. It's like, why is the abandoned warehouse on fire?
I've got paperwork to do now.
They just see our van driving away and they're like, God, again.
And before the sirens do arrive, there is a black van that pulls up to the building that has a couple of guys dressed in like coveralls who run out and come back with a couple of boxes as well as Gael. And then as you're a good distance driving away, there is another loud explosive sound behind you as the building itself does immolate.
Does that mean Gael died? Or do you think he just pushed a button?
Pretty sure they got him out of there and they destroyed all the evidence.
No. Well, this is great. So now we have to keep track of dragon terrorists. Good to know.
There is, however, in the back of Edith's mind, almost, a small sound that you can't like quite work out of your ear as you like look down at your hands and like the imprint that the coin had made there and everything. And you realize after a while it is snoring. Despite his wishes, Rory is finally being forced to rest.
I think Rory's okay, guys.
I'm so glad he's sleeping.
Taking a nap.
That's it.
And I think that is a decent spot to end.
Brilliant. Fabulous. Well, we hope you guys are liking this little tour we are taking around Wealdport as we explore the fallout of saving the world, but probably cracking it on the way. Next week we have Bill, who will be our keeper, and an all-new adventure, and we hope to see you next Tuesday night. So thank you so much for joining us, and we will catch you around. Bye, everybody.
Have a good night.
See y'all later.
Have a wonderful night, everybody.
Adieu. Oh.